Alright y'all, welcome back to another turkey pattern test video into the channel here. First off, I apologize if there's any wind noise. We got a breezy day out here and I'm trying to manage it as best I can, but we might just have to work with a little bit of it and see what we get. It is what it is. The weather has been all over the place the last few days, and I've been trying to film, and it's rained and then it hasn't rained, and then it's been ridiculously windy all day yesterday. So I think I've got a little bit of time here to sneak a few in, but we'll just have to work with what we got. But as for today, I found a new load that I have never shot before. I've seen some results out of it before from other people, but I've never tested it personally out of any of my setups. And that load is the Remington Nitro Turkey. These are the 12 gauge, 3.5 inch number 6s, a 2-ounce payload going 1,300 feet per second. So they are a load of lead 6s in a 3.5 inch shell. Most of the time when I see these Nitro Turkeys, they're either the 12 gauge, more normal 3 inch, or the 20 gauge 3 inch. So when I saw these 3.5s, I had to pick them up and try them because they're definitely a budget shell. I think I paid $14 for this box of shells or something like that. So they're absolutely in the budget category of shells. And with them being Remington shell, sometimes they perform okay, other times they don't. I, as well as a bunch of other people, have normally gotten kind of mixed results out of Remington shells. Sometimes they do okay, sometimes it's just there's nothing really special or fantastic to say about them. So I wanted to try and give these the best chance that I possibly could at patterning, as well as something like a longbeard would. So I decided to bring them back out and put them through the Mossberg 835 Ulti-Mag again. And to get us a baseline, at the very least, I decided to start off with the stock turkey full choke. This is a 710 constriction, so definitely a little bit more open than some of your aftermarket turkey chokes, being 680-ish range. But I wanted to at least start and get a very baseline measurement of what these shells might be capable of doing. They might be okay in this, they might perform terrible, I don't know. That 835 and that Mossberg stock choke have performed very well so far. And if you've ever worked with a Mossberg, you know that a lot of times the factory chokes that come in these Mossbergs, for whatever reason, are actually pretty usable. Much more noticeably so than some of the other brands out there as factory chokes. So there's definitely a chance that this setup does perform okay. I think it's just going to be down to what these Nitro Turkeys can do. So as per usual, I've got a turkey target set up right over here at 40 yards from the bench. So let's go over there and shoot these Remington Nitro Turkey 3.5 inch 2 ounce of 6s through this 835 with the stock full choke and see if they're any good or not. I don't really know what to expect. I don't know. Let's head over there and see what they do. Alright, we're all set up over at the bench at 40 yards. So let's run these Remington Nitro Turkey 3.5 inch 2 ounce of number 6 load through this Mossberg 835 with the stock 710 constriction turkey full choke that came with the gun, and see how they do on the paper at 40 yards. Well, alright y'all, this is what we got. And I apologize for the crows in the background. I have no idea what they're doing or why they're making so much noise, but it is what it is. This is what we got out of that shell. And as you can clearly see, it's nothing impressive, to say the least. There's a lot of big gaps and voids all over the place. You definitely have shot all over this entire paper. Now, it is still a dead turkey at 40 yards. There's no doubt about that. But it's nothing impressive, I gotta say. As far as vitals there's 3 in the brain and 3 in the spine. So that's absolutely a dead turkey. But I am not at all impressed with that overall pattern. Now, maybe that's because it's not enough constriction, being that stock full choke. It's a very good possibility. And we will test this through the kicks and the Indian Creek that I have to see if it likes a little bit more constriction or if we can tighten that up a little bit. But I am not at all impressed with the start of that load. And compared to something like a longbeard load, yeah, I'll go with the longbeard any day of the week to spend a little bit extra money and get a much, much, much better shell than this so far, at least. But I was hoping for a little bit better, but at least now we have some kind of a baseline to go off of and see if we can get it to be any better than that, because that's not impressive for me at all, at least. Alright, well, what do y'all think? That's not really impressive to me at all. I didn't expect it to be anything super amazing, I gotta be honest, but I was hoping for a little bit better than that, at least. Yes, that will absolutely take you a turkey at 40 yards, but it's not what I typically look for in a pattern, I gotta be honest. Now, can we tune that in a little bit better with something like my Kicks or my Indian Creek that I have for that gun? There's definitely a possibility, and we will test that. So stay tuned for those, because they will be coming out at some point here soon. But as for this, at least now we know a baseline that we can go off of. It can't get a whole lot worse than that, I guess you could say, but it definitely can get better. So at least we have a starting point that we can go off of from here. I think it will get a little bit better with a little bit more tighter constriction, but with them being Remington shells, I don't have the highest of hopes for it. But either way, I got the box of shells. There's 10 shells in the box. I've got several more chokes for that gun that we can run them through, and hopefully we can get a little bit better result than that out of it, because that is not really impressive. There's not necessarily anything super wrong about that pattern. It's just not anything impressive, and it's definitely not what I look for in my turkey patterns anyway. And it's definitely one of the worst patterns that we've seen out of that gun compared to some of the other budget shells that we've shot out of it, whether it be TSS or longbeards or anything like that. I would definitely take a longbeard over these any day of the week, personally anyway. But as per usual, leave me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this. I don't think it's anything super impressive, but it will take you a turkey at 40 yards. But I do think we can do better. And with that being said, good luck as y'all are out there in the turkey woods hunting this spring. And until next time, I'll see y'all later.